Hello everyone. I have a 2024 Honda Ridgeline behind me and I wanted to get some roof rails for the cab. I already had roof rails and crossbars on my camper top, but I wanted extra hauling capacity. So I got on a Honda OEM parts store online, typed in my VIN number to make sure that the roof rails would fit. I ordered them. They came in 2 days, but they did not come with directions or anything. So there was not a lot of information online or on YouTube about how to install roof rails on a Honda Ridgeline. So I decided to make a video. Maybe I could help someone else out. Now these directions will be specific to the Honda Ridgeline, but pretty much any roof rails and any car would use the same directions. After opening up the box, there were 2 roof rails with 2 end caps each. There were 8 nuts that take a number 40 Torx driver. Had some extra clips in case you mess up any of your clips for your weather stripping. I'm also going to use a torque wrench with the driver in it. I have a drill with a spade bit. I think it's 3/4 spade bit, 3/4 of an inch, and then a grinder. So on the weather stripping, you'll have this piece here that goes under the windshield seal. You're gonna leave this piece alone. A lot of people are using pry bars. I just got up under here with my fingers and worked down and all the way to the back. And then I will show you how to get the stripping off of this piece. Just work your way down towards the back. Now, if you can see this piece right here in the front, you leave it on there and you're gonna pull the weather stripping towards the back of the truck and it will slide right off. Now you've got your roof bolts exposed. These little white clips hold your weather stripping in. You're gonna remove this yellow one because you need these front 2 bolts exposed. And then when you get to the back, you're gonna need this yellow one and that one is already exposed. So you can easily just grab the clip like that and it pulls right off. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of those T-nuts with the Torx bit on all 4 of the bolts that I'm using. I'm gonna get the paint cleaned off of the top, and then I'm gonna put some blue Loctite on top. Not the red stuff, use the blue if you ever wanna get it off. After I tighten the 2 Torx nuts on here, I'm gonna back them off. Hopefully the paint will be cleaned off of the bolts, and then I'm gonna add some blue Loctite to the bolts and then cut my stripping. The biggest mistake that people make with this weather stripping is not measuring correctly, and then they cut it and it's too short and it doesn't fit back in there right, and then they got to do all kinds of alterations or use duct tape or whatever to keep your rails covered up. I am going to cut the back off. All I have is this gold paint pen, so I lined the weather stripping up with where it's going to go, and I'm going to make a mark right in front of the bolt where I'm going to cut it off. And the reason I'm going to cut the back of the weather stripping off is the roof rails have their own weather stripping. As far as the front section, I'm actually just gonna drill a couple holes in it and leave it intact so that it fits better. All right, after I'm done cutting out the rectangular piece and I cut the back side off, I'm gonna reinstall the weather stripping. So you're gonna slip it back on this little piece on the front. I need 2 hands. That piece back on the front, and then you're gonna go down through here and push it back in, all the way back. And so I have the 2 back bolts are exposed, and these 2 front bolts are exposed. And I didn't have to cut the front of my weather stripping. If you want a little hint about what the front and the back is, obviously, it's rounded to the outside, flat on the inside. So I have the rounded side outside. The back part has a really sharp drop off like that. And then the front part is more tapered and it's flatter down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up on top of the truck. So the reason I cut the back of the weather stripping off is the back of the roof rail has this little thing that has to go up under your truck here. So you fit that in there. Okay, fits nice. Now I'm gonna install the 2 Torx bolts, 2 in the front, 2 in the back.
So the reason I'm using a torque wrench is I've got it set to about 15 foot-pounds.
You can hear the click on the torque wrench, you know it's good. And that's it. Now I'm gonna put the caps on and fasten them. I'm gonna cover up all this ugly stuff with the nice pretty caps. So you slip it underneath the roof rail and just kind of hit it into place. And then you get one of your little screws and you fasten it in the back. That's all there is to it. That's what it looks like when you're finished. It looks pretty sharp. I'm not sure how much they will hold, but it's probably 200 pounds or so, 150 to 200 pounds. So I got the roof rails on. It was a fairly easy install. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. And if you have any comments or suggestions, anything you did differently or better, please leave a comment. Thanks.